it's a given that they need to get off to a good start because they typically don't. Since Joe Burrow's arrived, they've won one game in the first 2 weeks of the season in 5 years.
Incredible.
1-9. The only team they beat, the Vikings in overtime, of course. Here's T. Higgins on this question of the importance of the Bengals getting off to a hot start.
Me personally, I really don't like the narrative, of getting off, get to a hot start. I just feel like at the end of the day, we just got to execute as a team. Offense got to complement the defense got to complement the offense, and the special teams got to complement both. At the end of the day, it just comes down to executing as a team and finishing the game all the way out throughout the fourth quarter. Yeah, man, just start with the narrative, man. Just go out there and just play football, and execute as a team. You know what I mean? So that's really all that I can really say about it.
Okay, I mean, that's fine. That's fair. That's accurate every week. But here's the point, T. You guys are losing games you should win early in the season. And when you get to the end of the season, those wins are money in the bank, and those losses are debts you cannot repay. That loss to a Patriots team that otherwise went 3-13 kept you out of the playoffs. Yeah. All other things equal. And I know that everything changes and the feel and the vibe, and just because you win or lose in week one, it may break a completely different way. But when you get to the end of the season and you go back and you look at those early losses, if you miss the playoffs by a game, yeah, you need to win. And I guess his point is, let's not get obsessed with that. Let's focus on our job.
Right.
Let's focus on our job week in and week out. But setting that aside, the Bengals need to reverse the reality, the narrative, the cliche that they can't win early in the season, because they can't.
Yeah,
and if they could change that may give them a different vibe the rest of the way.
Right. I mean, gosh, you win a few of those games early on in the season. Who knows where you are last year? You're sitting there, 14-3, something of that, 13-4. They were playing that type of quality of football, and I don't think T. Higgins is awesome. He's one of my favorite guys to be around, and I'm like with you. I want to be like, hey, yo, T. It's not about you have to get off to a hot start. It's just don't get off to a shit start. That's what we're saying, and that's what you guys have done. You got one of the greatest quarterbacks in football, and Mike Florio just said you've only won one of your first two games in the whole damn Joe Burrow era. So that's odd, right? So that's just it's got to be better. And I think that's where we all look at it. And I think also, of course, the public, it wants Joe Burrow and the Bengals in the playoffs. Everybody likes Joe Burrow. Everybody thinks he's clutch as hell, right? And then you look at Jamar Chase. Everybody loves watching Jamar Chase, and he seems to be a guy that everybody loves around football, fans, whatever. So, yeah, everybody wants the Bengals in the mix of things here. And I think what T. Higgins, too, hears is just everybody talks about the offense, because I don't think anybody knows what the defense is going to be. Al Golden's new. They got some younger guys. They don't necessarily got household names. We talk about, hey, follow the money. The money is where the team is supposed to be really good. Burrow, the two receivers, Orlando Brown Jr., you got a first-round right tackle, right? They got assets. Their main assets are on the offensive side of the ball. So, the onus is on them to carry the squad, especially early on in the year, why this defense gets its footing with Al Golden as the new DC.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.